time fragments around you, and we're going to move forward 10 years. And so Terrence and Pierce will start with you two in the labs, and then we'll have other people. Actually, let's do Darby. Can we start with you? Just because I'm conscious you haven't. Okay, the expression on your face is going, no, don't start with me.
No, please. And I also like the, I think that sentence was going to, it doesn't feel like you've done very much. So, yeah, let's, let me add it.
No, that's really good. So, let's have you waking up in cryo, not one of the pods, but you'll sort of come to and you'll be on your feet, essentially, sort of. Yeah. Well, not even in sleeping particularly. It's just that we flash forward in time, so you're now where you are.
I'm just using humor as a defense mechanism. Please go on.
And when you sort of become conscious again, there's a cat just rubbing around your foot.
And just to be clear, this is like I was just a moment ago in the lab with everybody, and now I'm here, or this is like I know what has happened in the intervening 10 years.
You don't have any memory of the intervening 10 years, which is an important thing. But we had that thing of time fragmenting, so you know that there's been a time thing.
Okay. So she'll look down at the cat. Shit. Does the cat have a collar?
No.
Hey, kitty. What's your name? And I'll just look around to see if I'm in cryo. Any pods open now that weren't open before?
Yes.
How many?
About 25, something like that. People have woken up.
Immediately over the comms. Hey, everybody, is anybody there? Can y'all hear me?
And a voice behind you says, well, I'm here.
Oh, and then I turn around and who's that?
I don't think we've met. I'm Freeman.
Oh. Hi, Mr. Freeman.
You're one of the scientists here.
It would seem so. Is this your cat?
I think they printed him in the labs.
Oh. Okay. You have to forgive me, sir. I seem to have forgotten what it is I'm supposed to be doing here.
What's your field?
Astronomy, specialty in astrophysics.
I think you'd be useful. Do you want to walk with me?
Yes, sir.
So what brought you on this journey?
I just wanted to try to do some good, I guess.
It's what we all want. I made vaccines on Earth.
Oh. I didn't know that.
I've always believed in the free market.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I don't actually see the connection between those two things.
Oh. We come out here, we discover new things, we take them home.
And we sell them? We try to make a profit?
Everyone's here and they'll all want a pension, but yeah. But that benefits people, right?
I don't know that it always does, sir. Not if it's your primary motivation.
It's not my primary motivation. I want to get things and I want to bring them home for people. Yeah.
But we've only just met, and the third thing you said to me was you believe in the free market.
We work together in a company.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I feel like if my associate Pierce were here, he would have a lot of really intelligent things to say about the dangers of capitalism and you know.
What do you believe in, Darby?
I guess it sounds kind of hokey, but I think I believe in people. I believe in the connections between us all. I don't know.
No, I like that.
Okay. Where are we going?
I think we might be already there.
And if I look around, where are we?
Do you mind if I just cut? I do want to go to Terrence and Pierce in the lab. So can we do that? You guys are in the labs. There are. It's not full of scientists now, but there are other scientists sort of standing around and doing things.
Pierce, can I just check with you? Have you just experienced some form of?
Yes.
I don't know how to. Good. So
some sort of rupture.
Yes. Good. That does suggest that the anomaly then is temporal and not neurological. Good.
Yes. As long as we're all experiencing it.
Yes.
But, what about them?
Yes. Well, let's just take why don't we consult some of these workstations and just see what's happened.
Yes, let's see what they've been up to. And I will once again to the records. Let's go, baby.
And I'll look over Pierce's shoulders.
This is good. Give me a roll.
Right.
Just kind of nitpicking and correcting.
Yep.
Actually, Terrence, while he's rolling, I'm just going to set you up a bit.
Oh, sure, yeah.
There are, so you can see, you remember it was sort of printing bodies. There are kind of, 20 or 30 bodies sort of lying on benches. Just, breathing, but immobile.
And I'm going to push that roll because I got a 1 and a 2.
Okay.
And my change die came up highest at a 5.
A 5. Okay, so you get something extra for a 5, which is nice. So looking through the records, so that the program of sort of printing humans continued for a while with the hope that you could sort of print employees, but it didn't really go anywhere because they just kind of sit there. And this is the problem, Piss. And you get something extra right. So you kind of instinctively know what's wrong. You can... Because Terrence was wrong. Terrence thought you could...
never wrong.
Oh. Pierce likes that.
You deeply understand why Terrence was wrong. So Terrence's idea was you could just sort of give people like a minimum of, thoughts, and they could, go ahead and do an extractor job. And that's not how it works, right? Humans need culture and history.
Yes.
And so you could, you actually could sort of print people, but you need to sort of give them culture and history as well.
Right. They need a background.
Yeah.
They need a memory.
I'm sorry, what?
They'd need a memory. My change went up to 4, by the way. They need a memory. You're creating husks, Drummond. You're creating
by design.
puppets.
Look,
But you need to create the hand that moves them. People are their memories. So,
but that's where you're going wrong. These aren't people. These are biological machines in the form of human beings, but they're not people.
But
That's
as soon
the
as you
whole
gave
point.
them memories, then they would be.
Exactly, and that's why we don't.
But yes.
Why don't you give one some memories, Pierce? You could do that.
Yes, of course. Yeah. It would be terribly unethical.
Exactly, because once you start doing that, you're introducing the concepts of consciousness and potentially, I don't know, free will, if that's not too nebulous a concept. But then what differentiates those from human beings?
Nothing.
In which case, what we
And I get really close to you.
here,
I'm not
because-
altogether concerned. I'm not altogether convinced that it hasn't already happened to me. I think I may be, you may be a printed man, and who gave me these memories? When ruptures like this happen, who's to say that I didn't give them to myself?
That is absolutely fascinating, Pierce. And again, I cannot help but credit your imagination and drive towards philosophical explorations of these issues. But none of this is even remotely helpful at the moment.
I mean, do feel free to make rolls to back any of this up, but also do continue talking. That's fun.
I'm gonna, and I'm like, yes, well, perhaps we could find out how one could do that. How could you implant memories into one of these things? How could you make a backstory?
Pierce, what we're looking at here is just then another way of creating human beings. All right, very well, tailored ones, which I suppose could have certain practical uses in perhaps adapting the human form for work in certain environments. But fundamentally, if you're giving them full human consciousness, memories, minds, etc., all you're doing is creating human beings via artificial means. And frankly, the one thing that human beings have always traditionally been very good at is creating more human beings. So what is the point?
If one could control the... Now, systems logic is not really my line, but if one could control the input, then one could, in some sense, hope to control the output. The memory... Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it, but those who are implanted with a past can have a predictable, repeatable future. I'm kind of getting out ahead of myself.
Pierce, the human mind is a chaotic system, one that is prone to all sorts of quite vivid and spectacular malfunctions.
Yes,
and that's even when it's operating within normal parameters. So if you were to implant the same set of memories in 6 different brains, the outcome, even within the first few hours, would be wildly different, just simply because of the neurology of those brains. What you're talking about here is potentially introducing chaos.
Yes. Slightly different variations. Much like the experiences both of us have been repeatedly having. It's as though we've been living out different chaotic pathways with the same origin. And as Terrence Drummond is talking that out, like, again, Pierce is reminding himself of the thing that he has said to himself now on multiple occasions on these missions, which is we are being used as experimental subjects. Perhaps the experiment being done isn't on the plants, it isn't on the planets, it isn't even on the glitch. It's to experiment on these humanoid copies and find ways of making them more pliable, predictable, programmable. And
please feel free to back any of this up with dice.
And I do so. And that's a 6.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you could. I mean, Terrence is right. You implant one sense of memories and it goes in lots of different directions, but that's kind of a positive thing. You could use this to create employees for Extractor.
Mm-hmm.
You could, you could give people just enough culture, just a very simple culture, just to give them a background, and just you could create whole planets just to serve Extractor. Mining planets, water planets, forest planets.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are you relaying this?
Yeah, I think I'm in so many words, like the whether or not we have been subject to experimentation. Extractor could use such a thing to create not these simple puppets, but as you say, relatively programmed human subjects.
It's not relatively programmed, Pierce. Once you have that degree of cognitive ability, once you have that degree of self-awareness, then it doesn't matter how artificial the history there is. We are still talking ethically about human beings. I may find myself fascinated by and enthused by the possibility of creating a pliable workforce to maximize the production for Extractor, but we have to do that within ethical boundaries. We can't just create intelligent people who we can't differentiate from ourselves.
And Terrence, let's...
I think. Yeah, I was about to say. I think as Terrence says this, he just sits down very heavily in a chair and stares off into middle distance. I am going to roll a change die. And Terrence is not okay with this.
And I feel like I'm kind of at a crossroads. You're telling the hopeful aspect of what I'm being told is that there's a side of this that is beneficial, good for the company. But throughout all this, throughout all of these experiences, Pierce has had a growing sense of deep paranoia that he's being screwed with. That
we can move away from the hope now, if you like.
Yeah, and
I'm very happy to move into deep paranoia.
And I'm not, and I think
never had hope. You were at hope all by yourself. You were on Hope Island all by your goddamn self, Graham.
Yeah, it was Pierce who initially voiced the idea that this is ethically dubious. That he had his idea that all of his experiences have just been experiments on him. So yeah, of course he rolls his change, but it does not go up, but he's still quite high. And it's like, yes, entirely ethically dubious.
Pierce, let's talk this through. If what you're proposing is what has led to the world, the environment, the everything that produced us, then we are in a unique position to change things here.
Can I just interrupt with a little bit of color here? I just want to imagine that as you're having this conversation in the labs, the AI is picking up on this. So it's starting to print some, those insects you have in your cabin, Terrence. It's starting to print a few insects. It's starting to print a few little birds, just like print an ecosystem. Anyway, do carry on.
We need to make sure that this doesn't happen.
Yes.
Temporal paradoxes be damned. We cannot allow the creation of an entire slave society like that. It's abhorrent.
And actually, I'm sorry, I think we need to bring everyone in now, because if this is going in the direction of, let's end all of this. So, Mia and Marius, we haven't really brought you in, so let's have you on the bridge. So we'll have the sort of conversation between Pierce and Terrence coming over your communicator. So if you want to go to the labs and join in, you're very welcome.
Oh, no. Can I roll a change die, just eavesdropping?
Yeah. And the view screens on the bridge sort of show that you have landed on a planet.
And again, this was the last thing we remember was being in a lab, weird glitchy situation, and this is where we are on the bridge now.
Yeah.
Okay, my change has gone up again. Is there any opportunity on the bridge or with the systems here to figure out, like, what the hell's going on? What's happened over the last 10 years?
Oh, yeah, you can look at the history. And what do you want to know?
just a very quick systems check to see if, like, are we in a situation where someone sabotaged this ship? Are there problems now 10 years later, or does everything look like it's working normally?
Things have flourished. Well, okay, a lot of scientists haven't woken up because they're still in this weird dreamlike sleep.
10 years later, you fuckers.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Can I roll another change die for that?
Some scientists have managed to revive. Apart from that, Extractor sort of flew around. It's found this planet where it thinks the mosses came from. It's quite excited about that. It's collected lots of samples. Yeah, it's invented this thing called the Erebus process, which looks really good for generating energy. So it's all been very productive.
It's been a productive 10 years. Okay.
Mira, I think we should go to the lab.
She agrees. Okay, yeah, let's get to the lab, because she's picking up on the tail end of that conversation. And Mira's entire existence has been a pendulum swing of exactly how evil is Dr. Drummond and how far did she miss it. I think she wants to put a hand on Marius's arm and realize that she has a ring on her ring finger. And then immediately look down at his hand and realize that he has the same type of ring on his ring finger as well.
I'm happy with that.
We're going in the direction of you two are married. I'm sorry, I don't get the implication.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
Cute. How'd y'all meet? Please continue.
They were made for each other.
How dare you, sir?
Damn you, Ross.
I need that on a t-shirt with the Ain't Nobody logo on the back, please.
Oh my God, I'm Dylan's replacement.
Weren't you always?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're okay, I think. We're okay. We've got each other. Very, questioning, though.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I don't know if Terrence is, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Terrence until we learn more about what's going on.
And she'll start heading down to the lab.
Oh shit, the comms were open.
I'm also okay with that.
Yeah, we'll head there. Darby!
Darby, we can bring you in as you like. I don't mind.
I would like to have separated myself from Freeman. I don't necessarily want to bring him, unless everyone else wants.
No,
Conversation.
Freeman will happily go off and check cargo after his inspiring conversation about the free market.
Yeah. Go on, get. And yeah, then I'll show up on the bridge or the labs, wherever we are.
Yeah.
Just to set this up, there's lots of lab benches. I mean, there are the kind of, the blank humans that were printed before, just these sort of, humans that are breathing but not doing much else. And all the AI is printing insects and birds and this entire ecosystem.
Fucking AI.
Can we stop this? Can we stop whatever this is? Can we stop this for just one moment so we can just get our bearings a little bit and understand? Is this... Everyone okay with this?
I don't think it matters at all. If you want to stop it, stop it. That's not really the main concern at the moment. It's coming into focus now. If what Pierce is saying is accurate, then I have fatally misjudged the situation. The reason Extractor has been so wantonly callous about human life is not the simple sociopathy of capitalism, but the fact that they really don't see us as human, because on some level we're not. Of course it becomes easy just to keep throwing disposable assets at a problem and treating them as just things to be used and thrown away if you don't see them as human. All this time I just thought it was bad management, but I think it's something deeper than that.
But some of us might be human, right? Right?
That's the point.
I suppose that all depends
That's the point,
on...
Marius. This is what none of you are getting. Yes, of course we're fucking human. Every single person created like this through the process that Pierce is talking about is human. And they are just as human as someone who was birthed in a womb, who grew up with natural memories, who developed the culture organically. They are just as human. What is the problem here is not that they are fundamentally different in any respect, but the fact that the process that creates them allows Extraxer to see them as different. And as soon as you do that, you can do anything to them.
We are not human to them. We are the product. We're the means to an end, not ends in ourselves. Just imagine it, Marius, if all of your history was a lie, if you'd been told something completely different, it wouldn't mean that you were any less of a human just because everything you based your life upon was not real. You yourself would be real. Your passions would be real.
Then why is my life so shitty? If someone invented it in a lab, wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't I have come from a planet that was thriving and my parents lived forever? I don't know. Why would they make us so fucked up?
They told you the story that they wanted to tell you.
If your
Tranquility promotes laziness.
And if your life
Trauma
was
is motivating.
on Carly, if your life was great on Carly, you would have no reason to go out. You'd have no reason to leave. You'd have no reason to jump in on this. You wouldn't need Extraxa.
If my parents weren't in medical debt to Extraxa, if I didn't have these, he says, pointing to his eyes, I don't know if I would even be here. I don't even know why I have them. If I was made this way.
Yeah.
Pierce, is there a way?
I knew I was qualified for all those other jobs.
It's the only way they can motivate
Scott,
you.
go back to bed, babe.
Doc,
Just go straight to bed.
Doc,
Go back to bed, Scott.
I know.
We'll let you know how the rest of the game went, honey.
I know you've got a lot of baggage you're dealing with, but I feel
Fucking
like
hell. He's still mad about his LinkedIn profile.
Pierce, is there any way to tell if this process, if this technology has been transmitted off the ship?
Well, because one of the most obscene things about this technology is it has a they're using what seems so beautiful, this absolutely uncanny biological material, more your line, Mir. This golden moss floating through space, and they're using it to make slaves.
Marius, can you switch off the AI monitoring in this sector?
I can try.
Now.
Yeah, can you put
Try
him on
not
death,
to fuck
please?
this one up.
Oh, Marius, he doesn't mean that. Marius, he's speaking out of anger. He does not mean that.
It's 10 years later. Maybe they've moved on to COBOL or something.
Nah, he's still mad.
And just talk me through this. Why are we switching off the AI?
Just temporarily, I think.
Because I don't want them listening to what I'm about to
Yeah,
say
you were
next.
making a statement that they were listening, absorbing, and like writing it into their
I
future
see.
code.
Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should do it from the bridge.
Oh, ooh, I just had a terrible idea.
Oh, say it out
good.
loud. Give it to us. Yes.
Hang on. Marius, you can do that if you want. We don't know what any little action that we do here will have in the future. We don't know how we could try to destroy this ship. We could try to, but we don't know if the technology's been, sent off and they have it someplace else and can just recreate all this. But maybe there's a way to build in something like a cultural virus. Something.
This is the kind of thing that I was hoping we could discuss after Marius has switched off the fucking AI.
Oh, yeah.
And the AI sort of starts printing out all these cultural viruses. No, it doesn't.
And they
Viruses.
look like, what do they look like?
Oh, God. Hopefully, Marius was working on that while the conversation was happening.
Damn it.
That's
Doc,
so
I'm
good.
Sorry. Damn it. Doc. That is truly my bad. That is my bad.
That's on me, homies. That's
You're new. You're a new employee still, Darby, I think.
I love it so much. Ah.
Lord.
Do you want to roll to switch off the AI?
Yeah, let me do that. I'm going to add my
Switch off
change
the
die.
AI's. Switch off the AI's listening capabilities. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, their area absorption. Let that go.
Are you rolling against me? You looked like you had
Of course I am.
already. Okay,
Yeah.
I did roll a 6 on my ordinary die.
Interesting.
Attaboy.
I love that
yeah,
you're
so I've got a 3. I'm just thinking what to do with that 6. I almost feel we're a bit late for. Is Marius past? Well, is Marius past being inspired by the whole idea of printing loads of things? He probably is, isn't he?
I think so. After eavesdropping, if I hadn't heard that conversation, there might be hope left. But I think now it's more. We can go back to where the 6 was nasty.
Well, yeah. Oh no, absolutely. I mean, let's just sort of give Marius this absolute certainty that whatever choice you make, there's nothing you can do unless you were to just destroy everything and leave no trace. That would be the only way out of this, right?
Okay. Shit. Yeah, I'm gonna roll change on that.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to need a higher change to do some of these things I'm going to have to do, probably. I rolled my change, so I'm the same.
Right.
Okay. But I can switch it off, so listening at least, while we figure things out. Okay.
Yeah, you've done that, yeah.
So there are options open to us, as Darby suggested. Yes, some sort of cultural memetic virus built into the memories of these printer people. What I was initially going to suggest was some form of parasite or some form of biological entity that would prey upon the moss that Mia might be able to engineer. But the problem is that it's so widespread now. I imagine that getting it to spread properly would be difficult.
It depends on the
I think
properties.
the one thing.
But controlling, I mean, thinking back, Pierce, you were talking about like invasive species before, remember when we were having that conversation back, you bring in the larger animal to prey on the smaller one that's driving you crazy. And then the larger animal takes over and then you just it's just an endless process. It's just a new kind of trouble.
Graham, just for some grounding properties for Mira, as she's absorbing all this conversation, probably in a chair cuddled up with a counsel. We verify, as far as time passage, that we are 10 years in the future. Where in the timeline did we remember the glitch actually appearing? Are we before or after that point? And has the glitch actually occurred at the point that we are right now?
So I don't think you guys sort of did anything about that discontinuity thing. So no, there is no glitch in the sky.
So there's no glitch in the sky right now. If it's the year 200 from which she's aware of, where they just jumped up 10 years, should the glitch be here at this point?
Yeah. It looks as though you have changed something.
Okay. And then the next question, as she's like spinning in this chair, absorbing all the conversation, looking at the biological properties of this moss that she remembers studying, just its entire kingdom. Is there an interconnectedness between this moss? What I'm doing is being lazy and almost going with the fungal shared properties that I'm watching off of like Last of Us right now. Is there a way that she can orchestrate a kill code that'll drop anything that has had any type of biological infusion with this moss?
Oh, yeah, that's lovely. I mean, if you want to roll to get that, we can definitely do it.
And just to be clear, Mira, are you talking about dropping the things that were produced from the moss or the moss itself?
I was actually looking at the former, like, is Cody, and just really fast, like before she can even finish answering Darby's question, she's going to, on that council, is Cody still alive? What happened? What was the fate of Cody, that doctor that we had planned to put the moss-grown stomach into?
Oh,
Clay.
What was I calling him? Cody? Sorry, Clay. My apologies.
Clay survived. Clay survived. Yeah.
Darby, I was thinking about not particularly the moss itself, because at this point it's organic material growing somewhere. I don't remember where. Sure, if we could find a way, but anything that has come into contact with the moss that we have artificially grown a thing out of or some type of organ out of is really what I was targeting. And then Graham, she hit a 355.
Just to be clear on the ramifications to this, if Pierce's hypothesis of our origins is correct, yes, exactly. What we're talking about here is suicide.
Yes.
So I think that's it, Mir. So you could do this. You could sort of spike the moss so it killed all the moss and all the variants as well, right? Like, if there's any kind of those golden plants or golden orchids or anything like that, it would kill those too. But it would also kill anything that's come into contact with it, including everyone on board the ship. But you can do it.
I'm not suggesting that we do it. I'm just merely saying I've worked out a method where we could.
All right. And so you work this out, right? And we switch off the AI's listening capability, but it was still manufacturing stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, it sure was, babe.
So all around you, the little arms are starting to make something else now.
Can we see what it is? Is it obvious what it is? What it's making?
It's some sort of golden moss.
This doesn't seem good.
Do you want me to shut the whole thing down?
Can we? Can you?
I can try. Probably not, but what do we have to lose?
It's defending itself right now. I'd be careful.
We have a great deal to lose, because what this is demonstrating to us is that even if we destroy the moss and its derivatives now, the AI has learned how to produce it.
Fuck. Oh, we can destroy the AI. Or we can corrupt
There'll
it.
be backups. There'll be other sites that will be able to do this.
We could try, though, right? We could corrupt it. We could sabotage the system and change the genetic code or something.
The AI does print variants of things. So let's add in that the AI is printing moss, and now it's printing like these kind of golden orchids as well.
What is
these
it keying
golden
on?
plants?
Like what is it? It's not listening to us anymore. So like, what is it getting these instructions from?
Fuck me, it might be getting it from the moss.
Okay, I think we gotta.
It's probably getting it from Mia's workstation.
That she looks down at the council that she's got across her chest right now.
Seeing that, I'm gonna roll again. No.
Mir, I know this is weird, and I think Marius, I might need you in on this as well. Plants communicate with each other in some way. You were talking about what the chemicals and you know how the fungus can sometimes control nutrient distribution. Mm-hmm. Okay, is there some way to turn to try to listen to this moss and turn it into some kind of signal? You know, everything's ones and zeros. Marius, maybe you can rig something up so that we could just try to understand what it is that it's trying to do.
And before she even thinks about crossing her intellect, her background across the computer, she's going to look to see how the AI responded to that.
The AI isn't manufacturing anything on yet.
So it hasn't changed gears. It hasn't sped up. It hasn't slowed down. It didn't seem as if it was audibly listening to Darby and responding.
Oh, yeah. Let's say it's just kind of pausing just for a moment, just to see what happens.
So then she's going to look at Darby. I'm going to roll a change. Look at AI. She's going to look at Darby. I think we might be beyond that now. Her change went up.
I think you might want to not have these conversations in the lab. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Might ask some questions while I'm mulling through this, maybe of like Mir about the biology of the moss, and then also probably Pierce about like the events surrounding the appearance of the glitch, and then pulling in my own knowledge of like astrophysics, blah blah blah.
Great. All hands on deck.
I really love that line of inquiry.
Marius can go.
And
fuck
Marius
off.
is there too.
Yeah, I'm going to go try to destroy the ship while you do that.
Marius
Self-destruct.
hits the ship with a wrench, and we,
You just hear clanging off.
yeah.
Marius, are you going off to destroy things?
I'm going to go gather intelligence on if I feel like I can do this. I know I feel it's kind of hopeless, but could I just blow the whole thing up? Maybe through like tampering with the cryo system, something.
Yeah, give me a roll.
And destroying the ship and everything on it, we're thinking would bring this to an end, or it says in the intervening time spread to the point where it's we were
If Marius has
unsure.
expressed this intention, I have objection. Darby has objections.
I don't think I would have. I'm just researching right now. I think I'm just gathering intelligence.
Okay.
I rolled a 5 was my highest.
Great.
And
Just to know what's possible.
yeah, yes, you could absolutely destroy the ship. And I like the idea of the cryo. So you could, I'm not quite sure how you do it, but yeah, you could you could use that to destroy the ship. Darby, what were you doing?
Yeah.
So I was basically doing some glitch research. Highest is a 5. It's on my change though, so I'll go ahead and roll that again. Boop. Whoa. Yeah, I'm up to 4. 4 changed.
All right. And what were you researching?
Just trying to understand, like trying to get at, but like the relationship of like the moss and the glitch, and whether or not the glitch was somehow like changing the properties of the moss, or how they were interacting to produce the future that we are aware of, and like what else is kind of going on in this timeline as differentiated from the one that we know, etc. Why are you laughing? What am I doing?
No, that's
this
great.
is good. It's not going to be a completely clear answer, Darby, because to be frank, we've used the glitch in a few different ways. But yeah, I mean, there is definitely a sense in which the glitch is some sort of containment mechanism. You got a 5, didn't you?
I did.
There's a sense in which the glitch can be a containment mechanism, a discontinuity in time and space that stops things getting out. There's a sense that by doing that, you could create something that like influences things in the near, in the vicinity. So, just by, if it was just sort of leaking in some way, you could create this sort of golden thing that would influence the life on surrounding planets. That's possible. And since you got a 5, I mean, could you create a glitch-like thing to contain everything that's here and stop it getting out? So if you did destroy everything, could you like seal it in? You think you could do that?
Fuck you, Graham. I will say all of that out loud.
Great. My attempt of rolling to learn about when the glitch appeared in my memory of my original timeline came up 2 and 3. So
I think we did a bit of that with Mia as well. Yeah.
So it seems like destroy it, seal it, create a bubble in time and space wherein it can't escape. And we can't escape.
Well, that is sort of what Terrence is researching, I think, quietly on his own. Which is, I think he wants to try to work out whether the 5 of us, or more particularly Terrence, is inextricably linked with all this. Or, I suppose he's trying to just make 100% sure that he has to go down with the ship, because there's any chance that he can get on a life pod and eject out of this and not fuck everything up, he is going to live.
Please give me a roll for that.
My change went up to 5, by the way.
Oh shit. Here we go.
I am going to bring my change die into this. I don't think I can. Oh, actually, could I bring medic into this or not, do you think?
I don't quite understand how medicine comes in, but if you can.
Yeah. No. I was looking at it from a biological point of view, how much our biology is linked to all of this, but I think it's a deeply connected.
It's a bit of a stretch, I think.
That, so I'll skip that. Yeah. Oh, that's a 2 and a 1. That's not great so far.
Uh-oh.
So I
A
think
2 and a
I'm gonna have to
1.
re-roll.
So a 2 and a 1.
Oh, sorry.
Let's just give you. Yes, you think that if like everyone else destroyed everything, but at the last moment Terrence ejected, it's probably a way of doing that. But there's something you're missing, and you need to think more about how to do that.
I mean, as tempting as it is just to leave that there, I think I'm going to have to re-roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got a 5 there.
Much better.
Yeah.
And once again, my changed die did not come up high, so...
You could escape. I mean, so if they did do this whole thing about destroying everything and sealing everything in, yeah, you could sort of jet off just as the discontinuity was forming if you did it at exactly the right moment, and you would be the only one to escape. And that would probably be okay, and it probably wouldn't doom the universe. You probably wouldn't take any loss with you.
Can I jump in with a quick question, point of clarification for Scott? Is that omitting her hitting a kill code on anything that's been touched by the moss? Is that, hey, I can get away scot-free if Darby does the glitch thing, but if she does the, hey, I kill anything that has been touched, influenced by the moss, does he still escape that? Bridgett needs to know that one too.
Oh, is this a question for me?
That's a question for you, yes.
Sounds like you die in that instance.
I feel like he dies. But I want to clarify.
You guys have just invented like these 5 convoluted plans, and you're like, "Hey, Graham, if we do this one convoluted plan, but not this, how do they intersect?" No, they're your. Stop making up convoluted plan. You tell me how they intersect.
Just
that
do it.
GM crown.
Yeah.
Like, you look.
I just want to know. I just want, specificity matters.
Yeah, so I think the way this works, if it works, is you create this discontinuity and Scott blasts off. And Terrence blasts off into space, and unknown to him, he's carrying the seed of his destruction. Yes, I think it does work.
Yeah. But also, I mean, Terrence not being a complete monster was trying to work out as well whether it would be feasible to take the others with him, or whether that would introduce unacceptable risk.
That would introduce unacceptable risk, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's an interesting word choice. Unacceptable.
The numbers don't
just
lie.
gets more risky. There would more chance of carrying more. If you did it by yourself, you probably could. And they didn't quite have the intelligence you have to like scrub yourself with the moss before you go.
Well, that was the other thing. I think Terrence remembers that little shard of something golden that's within his eye.
In his eye, honey. Mm-hmm.
And before he goes to execute this plan, the first thing he's going to have to do is remove that eye.
Yeah, you would have to do that. That's true.
Of course.
And hope and pray you weren't a copy to begin with. Just, so we can all be sad together.
It'd be much easier just to print a new Terrence.
Oh my god.
One with a high capacity score. Yes.
Just make 1,000 copies.
Let's bring all this together then.
Yeah.
Well, should we start with Marius? What are you doing? Are you doing your destroying the ship, or you're not?
Yes. So my convoluted plan is to. I wanted to set fire to the biome as a distraction for the ship, for the AI.
Okay.
Yeah, it hurts, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that way I can work on the cryo lab kind of not under the watchful eye, hopefully. Mm-hmm. And I want to use the cryo lab to disrupt the systems, potentially create some kind of chain reaction to destroy the ship.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you set fire to the biome, there'll be so much information overload in the AI. It would just have to deal with that. It wouldn't notice the other thing. That makes perfect sense.
That's the hope.
Give me a roll to start that process off.
And the one last thing I'd like to do is I'd like to cryogenically freeze myself for a day, so that if the AI does subvert this plan, I can wake up and try it again.
Okay, that sounds good. I don't think it's interesting for you to fail on this. I want you to destroy the ship. So yeah, just give me a roll.
Okay. I'll use my change die, and it's a systems problem. Oh, I'm gonna re-roll if I can. And it's a 1-2-2.
The universe is speaking to you,
Oh.
Marius.
Well, should we just go with that for the moment?
Sure.
So, you start the fire. That goes absolutely fine.
I'm so bad at the cryo lab.
So the cryo lab itself isn't quite working because the heat from the fire, right, is disrupting the cryo.
Marius is the worst engineer.
It's spreading faster than you think. So you are destroying the ship, but at the moment, not quite in the way you wanted. Everyone else, there was all kind of there's a massive fire starting. What does everyone want to do? We had like discontinuities and we had last minute escapes. Where are we going?
The only ones equipped to create this discontinuity are Darby, yes, or perhaps Mir, with the inclusion of the moss effects.
The moss effect. I want that on a t-shirt too.
Yes, moss effect.
Moss effect.
Coming soon. But
I mean, should we stop me if you're in mid-thought, Pierce, but should we come to you, Darby, and go, I mean, the ship's now burning, so if you wanted to seal everything in, this is the time to do it. You don't have to. But if you want to make sure that nothing can escape, you would have to do that now.
Oh, Rimini. Let's see. And I just have to make the decision. I can't have any more conversations. Can't talk to anyone else.
I mean, you can if you like.
If Pierce is there, he says, "Do it."
And just to be clear, can part of the failure be that that I understand, or Darby understands what Marius is now doing? That he's trying to blow the ship up, or he's trying to destroy the ship?
Marius, are you okay with Darby knowing that?
I mean, you're setting shit on fire.
Yeah, I think he was really just trying to keep it from Terrence for as long as he could. But he probably would have given a wink and a nod to the others.
Marius is totally going around setting fire to things, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, Marius. Okay, so with that and the thought that because we don't know what it is in the moss that is causing these problems, and so an explosion might actually distribute the shit further out, I think that she's going to start initiating the containment.
That sounds great. And so let's have you. What are you doing to do that? You going to the bridge, or what are you doing?
I mean, can it be done anywhere?
You'd need the instruments, so
okay, yeah.
The labs would have them, the bridge would have them.
Oh, okay. I'll go to the bridge, and I think can someone come with me? Because if one of these other people comes in while I'm trying to do this, they might, try to interfere.
Certainly.
Thanks, Pierce. And we'll go up to the bridge.
That sounds great. I'll come back to that. Mir, Terrence, what's going on with you?
I know one thing for sure. She needs to stick close to Terrence for her own personal reasons at this point. But I think she is going to ask him, it's like, should I activate it?
I think so, yes. Well, Terrence at this stage is sitting in front of the medical workstation with an instrument that you can see is holding his eyelids open and bringing up something that looks upsettingly like a teaspoon.
And she is going to continue with her line of inquiry almost in an academic standpoint or an academic perspective. If our research has already gone off planet, activating this kill moss will kill everyone, but it won't kill the information. So we either need to get a message out or a survivor out to warn anybody else who may pick up where we started or where we left off.
And Terrence, you really would need to take your eye off now. If Darby's about to do that thing, the eye would need to come out.
Yeah, so spray some topical anesthetic in there as I'm levering the eyeball out and just using his other eye and the instruments on the medical bay, just trying to precisely snip the optic nerve in the right place so he can remove the eyeball. I am going to make a change roll for this.
That sounds good. Mia, are you responding in any way to Terrence taking his eye out in front of you?
Yeah, here's the thing. They all know that the ship is getting ready to go boom. Terrence understands that the ship is getting ready to go and that she's getting ready to go. And he's extracting an eye right now. So by just pure logic, he's doing something for his own survival. So I think what she's going to do is while she's in that chair, she's just going to roll where her back is to that. So the best she can do is hear it, not actually see that extraction.
Okay, that sounds
And then she's going to say, let me know when you're ready.
And then a moment later, there is the wet plop of an eyeball landing in a metal kidney tray.
And, that is going to pull her shoulders up to her ears as she's going to then make her change check. Sound matters,
so
baby.
Do you look at the eyeball?
You know what? Because you asked, sure. Yep, she sure does.
There's a little golden thread in it.
Fucking Terrence.
It looks as though he's been infested with the plants this whole time.
Yeah. And if it's that golden thread, that was a few missions ago. So just again, fucking Terrence.
So it could have spread.
I'm going to do it now. Okay?
Understood. And Terrence will get up and walk out.
And so, Mia, are you doing your sort of kill switch on the moss?
Let's do it on that eye. Because at least I know I've got a viable, living, interconnected piece right there.
Yeah. So, and so you try your what is it, like a viral thing that infects?
Yeah, I imagine that she just computes some type of formula that is going to be a viral that just once it hits once, that host effect, it just spreads throughout anything that has come in contact with the moss, absorbed the moss, has an organic moss, anything that has touched this moss is going to catch it.
Yeah, that's good. And so you try this on this eye. I mean, I would make you roll, but let's just narrate it. And I think that for a moment nothing will happen, and then the golden thread will kind of blacken and ooze, and then it will spread to the eye, and the whole eye will sort of turn into this sort of slightly fizzing ooze. And then all around you, the AI begins to manufacture more stuff.
That's okay. Darby and Marius are going to take care of that. We all have a job to do.
By the way, I would like to make one additional changed roll for Terrence, just as he walks away, realizing that he's basically leaving Mia to die, because she is the one person he actually cares about.
That's nice.
That takes my changed up to 5.
Okay, and so Darby, Pierce, you go to the bridge. All the instruments are there. Let's have Lou there as well. And she goes, "Hi."
Disconcertingly positive, considering there's a fire.
I was just thinking that, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Do you know what's happening?
Yes, there appears to be an emergency. Don't worry. I'm sure it's being dealt with.
I hope so. What are you doing here?
Actually, we're trying to help with that. Someone's down where the fire is, and we're some of the systems have failed, so we've come up here to try to bypass them to bring the safety features back online.
Give me a roll to lie to her.
Oh, that was a smooth delivery, though.
Yeah. What can I roll for this? What will you allow me to roll?
It's your
as an employee, as a member of a
your one lying
book.
skill. Yeah, it's 1 die plus a change roll, I think.
Okay.
1 die plus changed if you want to add it.
Yeah.
Astronomers always lie.
We are the sneakiest of all.
Tricksy.
Yeah, so I did get a 5, but it is on my change die. Let's me.
Okay. So make a change
Oh, sweet.
roll.
Yeah,
And
so I made a change
she-
roll and came up 4. So
She looks at you, goes, "Yeah, sure, of course, do what you need to do," and steps away from the controls.
I wonder if it seems like there is a little bit of a situation, and I know that Mr. Freeman went to the cargo bay. I wonder.
I should go. You're right.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We have things well in hand here.
Okay.
Do we?
And there you go. You're on the bridge. What do you want to do?
Great. Do you have what you need to execute this?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
We gotta... Graham, do I know, like, do I need to do this... Like, how do I need to time this with Marius's bullshit for maximum effectiveness of containment?
You should do it as soon as possible because Marius is already starting the destruction.
Yeah, I think it's like
might spread
now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll just kick it off. Yeah, I think I got it. All right, here we go. And just start punching buttons.
And give me a roll to punch the buttons.
God damn it.
You're like, no, that's not what I wanted to hear.
I'm trying to think if I can argue for my astronomer die too, but I don't think I can.
Wait, but this is basically to create your own little pocket glitch, right?
Oh,
This sounds like astrophysics to a T.
For sure.
right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
We got you, boo.
Companions. Dang
Yes,
it.
roll
no.
more dice. That will help.
Yeah. God damn it.
Shut up, Graham.
Roll
so-
more dice to seal us in the pocket dimension.
So I did get a 6, but it was on my change die. So
Good.
I will roll
Oh,
another
fuck
change
us.
roll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm up to 5.
Ooh.
And so there's just a moment before you push the switch where you think back to, well, your life on Carly, looking up at the stars. And then what you said to the pod about, the potential of Extractor and what it could do. And then just for a moment, you wonder whether in some way that could be salvaged. Are you just going to shut all that down now?
Fucking pod questions. That shit
Okay.
was coming back.
So I think I'm at a place that Ross was at before, because the thing is, like, there's that potential, but, like, Darby's whole thing is people and concern for, like, the safety of the people, and this idea of, like, this printing of a workforce. Everything about this sucks for Darby. So I kind of feel like, I don't know.
If I see her hesitating,
Exactly. So
I lean in and put my hand on hers. I'm like,
Oh.
I know it is very hard. We don't know how many free acts we have ever made in our entire lives. This is maybe our first free act.
And I think with that encouragement, Darby will steel herself. She'll nod, and then she'll... Can there be a big red button? She pushes in the final sequence. Whatever it is. Here we go.
And that's great. And the ship is now in full flow, burning around you. Marius, if you do want to make a quick roll to actually make the cryo system explode, you're very welcome.
Okay. First, he's going to turn on the sprinkler system to bring the temperature down.
Yeah.
Can I cut the
yeah.
oxygen to the cryo chamber or something?
Yes.
Hey,
Now that I'm on the bridge.
That's amazing.
oh my God, another shitty roll. 332.
332. So there was an underwhelming explosion.
Underwhelming explosion.
Just a panel.
Cryo does it explodes messily. The ship is burning all around. You can feel wherever you are on the ship, you can feel this intense heat. It's definitely intense on the bridge. The view screens, I mean, they're melting now, but I think one of the last things you see, you're on this planet with this moss all over it.
Oh God!
And the moss is beginning to blacken and just turn into this sort of fizzy ooze. And all the samples in the lab, if anyone's there, are becoming this fizzy ooze as well. So they're just decaying with Mir's virus. And then the discrepancy sort of starts to begin to form itself around, and you know that this is sealed in, and well, there's no escape now unless Terrence, you want to.
Terrence absolutely wants to. So I am totally bringing my change die into this as well.
Can I roll against him?
Yes, if you can think of an interesting way he can
if you
fail.
didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I thought his escape shuttle might get eaten up by the anomaly.
Absolutely. That sounds brilliant.
Oh, I've got a 6 on my change die.
Hello.
There you go. Only a 4.
Scott, do you want to
I'm
just
going to make a
narrate what
change
happens
roll.
there?
Yeah, then I think Terrence is staggering through the ship. He's disorientated by only having one eye. I think even with the anesthetic, it's still going to be hurting like hell. And he's just trying to suppress all the feelings of guilt about what's going to happen to Mir, ignoring the smoke and ignoring the klaxons, I'm sure, that are going off at this stage. He just staggers his way to the pods, to the escape pods. There's a brief panic as he is having trouble just focusing on the controls with the one eye. And he perhaps miskeys the launch sequence a few times before finally just getting it to kick off just as the anomaly is coming into effect.
No, that's brilliant. And I just want to go round, and so everything is dying all around you now, and so these are probably the last moments you have. And so I just want to spend a last moment with each of your characters. So, Pierce, on the bridge, what's going on with him?
They're burning, and perhaps, like, also, I would imagine, just by sheer proximity's sake, a discomfort as maybe I notice a black ooze coming out of my nose.
Yeah.
And as, like, my vision remains crystal clear as everything else melts and degrades. Just like, is any memory I've ever had real? Is any history I've ever read factual? Is everything a composite of a simulacra of a simulacra? But at least I got to do one thing. I got to participate in history one time. And finally, just two little mechanical things are sitting on a heap of dark ichor. And that is all that is left of Pierce.
And Darby?
I think it's before Pierce melts away. I think that again, she's just kind of consumed by this desire for connection. I think she's kind of just from where he put his hand on hers, she kind of just holds it. And as she's sitting there, I think that there's this, like, just the moment before she kind of succumbs to this destruction as well. I think that there's this, like, overwhelming sense of it is baffling the amount of hubris that that has overcome us to think that the, like, multitudes of dynamic systems that govern this universe could be at all reined in by a set of actions done by 5 people. And she's just like, she's lived her life kind of like maintaining optimism and hope and this desire to believe that there is something, like, warm and caring at the center of the universe. And there's just this flood in her of this feeling of, like, this isn't going to work. This is all for nothing. This, like, suffering, this cycle of pain and just awfulness is going to continue on and on and on. And then she's goo.
And then Marius. So you're in the exploding cryo bay, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's so bad, right, at the cryo system that he's going to see the other people in their semi-conscious state in the pods melting or turning into an ooze. And that's going to give him doubt about trying to freeze himself for any hope of preservation. So instead, he's going to try to run out and find Mir just to spend the last moments together.
And Mir, what's happening with you? And do you want that? You can have a last scene alone, or you can have it with Marius. I don't mind.
Cupp, do you have a preference? I can go either way.
I mean, they'll both be tragic, so I'm open as well.
Let's do the two of you together, because that's nice. I mean, so you're running through these. I mean, it's both burning and collapsing into this sort of black ooze now, and so the two of you see each other.
Yeah, I think the one thing you'll notice the second you come upon Mira is just exactly how pale she is. And when she makes eye contact with you, she almost gives you this look that like this either she's apologetic or that she feels guilty, or it's almost, and you know that face from her. It's almost like you don't deserve to see this. And she's going to turn her hip just a bit where you least can see it as you're approaching her. And she has a hole about the size of a baseball or softball right there at the small of her back, where it looks like whatever got into her when she had her nonstop repeating Thursday. Now that it is corrupted and diseased, it's actually pulling itself out of her as a last ditch effort to survive. But it is already boiling and bubbling and dripping and mixing with her as it's spilling out of her, the small of her back. And she just looks at you and she says, "I'm sorry."
No. Hey, it's okay. I'm still glad you came back. Even with all this, I didn't think I'd see you again.
I love you.
I love you too.
And even if it's getting hard to make words now because parts of your body are just...
He just holds out a pin he made for Terrence that is a little replica of Carly and holds it out to Mir, like with the face, like, "Have you seen Terrence?" Because she knows what that is.
And actually, can we interrupt that right there? Because at that point, I think, your body fails and the pin falls to the floor and there's fire all over the place.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to narrate the rest. So everything turns to ooze and it's flaming, and this discontinuity in space, if you sort of see it from a bit of a distance, it's this black, it's flame, it's, and the flame sort of expands this sort of golden dust until you have this thing that looks like a sort of golden wound in space in the far reaches of the galaxy. Far away across the galaxy, there's a completely vacant region of space where in another universe there was a planet called Carly, but not in this one. Carly's never existed because it was never created. But there is one shuttle that escapes that glitch, and there's a man.
You say that.
Go on.
What I was going to suggest was Terrence is just struggling with all sorts of things as he's fleeing, trying to get to the bottom of his own motivations, because a lot of his righteous anger was more at the duplicity that was done to him rather than any real ethical concerns. And he's still angry with Extraxor. He's angry with the process that he believes created him. But at the same time, he still somewhat believes in it. So I think as soon as he sees the glitch forming behind him, he's going to turn the shuttle round and start flying straight into it. Just with the thought, maybe we can get it right this time.
Yeah, and just let's leave it with Terrence's shuttle heading back into glitch, and then let's leave it there. Thank you all so much.
Very fun. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of fun.
In space.
I can at least believe that Terrence died in that, so I can sleep at night.
Good, babe. I want you to be able to sleep at night. There's a chance Terrence died. It's fine.
Or maybe the next iteration of the universe will be made in Terrence's image.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's the other problem.
You can only hope.
At least there'll be a Carly.